there are 15 lokas in Hindu mythology, starting with Sarvaloka at the top and Patala Loka at the bottom. In the middle, right in the middle, is Burloka, which is Earth. And today's story is from Earth. It happens on Earth. Earth has cycles of time, and that cycle of time, one cycle of time, is divided into 4 yugas. Starts with Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And in each of the yugas, Vishnu incarnates in a different forms to rectify any issues. The first one is Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha in Satya Yuga, and then Vamana, Parasurama, and Rama in Treta Yuga, and Krishna in Dwapar Yuga, and Buddha and Kalki in Kali Yuga. Kalki has not happened yet. The prediction is that when Kalki happens, then the cycle ends and it repeats again. So this story is about Rama, and it so happens that one day in Valmiki Ashrama, Narada visits, and Valmiki asks for an example of a perfect human being, so that he can tell his disciples how someone should live. And Narada tells the story of Rama. After some time, Brahma visits him and asks Valmiki to write the story of Rama, and Valmiki writes it in 24,000 slokas in 6 parts, and an additional part is added later. And those parts were taught to his disciples as well as Lavakusha, who were along with Sita, who were at Valmiki's ashram at that time. The story of Rama starts at Ayodhya.
So this is Ayodhya Rama Mandiram that we are building now, and it is going to open next year, believe in January. So Rama is born in Ayodhya to Dasharatha and his wives. So Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. So Rama completes his primary education. Vasishtha is primary guru, and then when Rama is around 16 years old, Vishwamitra comes to Ayodhya and then requests Dasharatha to send Rama with him to help him with the yoga and other ceremonies that he is performing. So that moment, at that time, lot of asuras were causing issues and then interrupting his yaga. So Ramana and Lakshmana, they go along with Vishwamitra, and they probably an year or so they help Vishwamitra and then complete all his yagas. And then towards the end of it, Vishwamitra takes Rama and Lakshmana to Mithilapuri, and then which is where Rama breaks Sivadhanusu and then marries Sita. So this is the we have an inset for Sita Rama Kalyanam, and this is Sita Rama Kalyanam. And then from here they go back to Ayodhya, and then Dasharatha plans to do the Patabhishekam for Sri Rama, and then his wife Kaikeyi, Rama's stepmom, she wants her son to become the king. She listens to Manthani, so she'll ask Dasharatha to send Rama to Vanavasa and then make Bharata as a king, based on like father's word. Based on that, Rama, Lakshmana along Sita, they go to Vanavas. So they leave all their luxuries and then they move. They cross river Ganga and then also cross Prayagraj, and they go to Bharadwaja Maharshi Asrama. and then based on his suggestion, they go to Chitrakoot to spend their Vanavas. So Lakshmana builds Parnasala there, and then they live in that for some time. Meanwhile, Dasaratha dies, and then Bharata, who is at his maternal uncle's place, comes to know he'll come to Ayodhya, and then he comes to Chitrakoot along with his moms. And then they all request him, Rama, to come back to Ayodhya and rule Ayodhya, but he refuses. So Bharata takes his padukas, and then he'll go back to Ayodhya, and then put those padukas on the throne, and then he rule on behalf of Rama in Nandigrama. So that is the end of Ayodhya Kanda. So when they get married, that's the end of Balakanda, and now that's the end of Ayodhya Kanda. And then Rama decides to move towards south. The reason being, the closer they stay to the home, they miss, and then family may come often and then visit them. So they want to move south, and then that is when they enter into Dandakaranya. So this is the boundary of Dandakaranya, which is in central India today. And then they spent 10 years, maybe more than that, in Dandaka forest. They meet a lot of rishis. This forest is filled with a lot of asuras and rishis. All these asuras, they were ruining their duties, rituals. So Rama and Lakshmana, they kill a lot of asuras and they help rishis. And then they towards the end they move to Panchavati, which is in Nasik today. That is the birthplace of Godavari, river Godavari. And then we also have an insert for Panchavati Nasik. That is the Panchavati. So here Rama and Sita along with Lakshmana, they will be living here just fine until Surpanaka enters the scene. So Surpanaka, she comes and then she mess up with Lakshmana to get married, but Lakshmana refuses, and then she repeats that. So as a result of that, he cuts Surpanaka's ears and noses, and then Surpanaka, she'll try with other brothers, and then but she goes to her brother Ravanasura, and then tells him what happened. So and then Ravanasura, he'll come to Panchavati with the Maricha, and then Maricha turns into a golden deer, and then he'll move in front of like Sita, and then Sita sees the golden deer, and then she'll ask Rama to go get the deer for her. And then Rama goes to get the deer, and then Rama kills Maricha. But when Maricha dies, he'll scream like "Ha Lakshmana." Then Sita suspects something happened to Rama. So she'll ask Lakshmana to go help Rama. This everything looks suspicious, and then Lakshmana draws a line around the Panchavati, and then she'll ask Sita to not to cross the border no matter what happens. And then he'll go to help Rama. Meanwhile, Ravanasura, in form of a sadhu, will come to Panchavati, and then he'll ask for food. He'll ask for food. Sita, as part of dharma, she wants to give some food to sadhu, but Ravana wasn't able to cross the border, and so instead he will ask Sita to come out of the house and then give food. So finally Sita steps out of the Lakshman Rekha, and then Ravanasura, he captures Sita, and then he'll move towards Lanka in a Pushpak Vimana. Jatayu, which is protecting Panchavati, try to help Sita, but so this is the Panchavati like in India map. Ravana will be moving towards south, towards Sri Lanka, and then Jatayu tries to come to help Sita, but Ravana cuts Jatayu's wings, and then he will go further, and then Sita drops her jewelry on the way, so someone can find it. Will help in future, like if someone is looking for her. So this is the jewelry, and the jewelry falls in Kishkinda, which is Hampi, and then they go to Ravana takes Sita to Lankapuri, and then keeps her in Ashokavanam. So meanwhile, Rama and Lakshmana, they realize that Sita is missing. They walk towards south, and then on the way they meet Sabari. Sabari, they stay with Sabari, and Sabari gives them wonderful atidhyam, and then she directs Rama and Sita to go towards south and meet Sugriva and Hanuma, and tells them that they are going to help find Sita. So this is Kishkinda, which is Hampi. And then next day Rama and Lakshmana, they move towards south, and on the way they meet Jatayu, and Jatayu tells them that it is Ravana who kidnapped Sita and then took her to Lankapuri. And then they move towards Kishkinda, and now so this is where Rama and Lakshmana, and this is Kishkinda. This is, you zoom in here and then you come here. So Rama and Lakshmana, they come to Kishkinda. Sugriva, Hanuma, along with other Vanaras, they will be on Rishyamukha mountain. So this is Kishkinda, but they are on a mountain. And then Sugriva sees them and then suspects something, and then he'll send Hanuma to go find who they are. Initially, Hanuma goes in the form of a sadhu, but soon they realize that they can be friends, and that is when first time they meet in Ramayana, Hanuma and Rama. Hanuma-Rama Maitri happens in that moment. When they realize that Hanuma takes Rama and Lakshmana on his shoulders to Rishyamukha temple, and they meet Sugriva. And then they see the jewelry that Sugriva has, and then Rama recognizes, and then they talk, and then they decide to help each other. So, and then Rama asks Sugriva to go and start the war with Vali, his brother, who captured his wife and then kingdom. So Vali has a power, has a boon, that if anyone fights with him, he gets like half of the power of him. So no, as a result of that, no one can win Vali against Vali. And then knowing that fact, what they do is, while Sugriva and Vali are fighting, Rama and Lakshmana together, they use the Brahmastra. They okay. So they just and then they kill Vali from behind a tree, and then Vali dies, and then Sugriva gets his wife Ruma, and then the Kishkinda. So, and the next step is Sugriva and army, Sugriva and company helping Rama to find Sita. So we are here. This is Kishkinda, and then from here Vanara army, they go in all directions to find Sita Devi, and then it is Hanuma, Sugriva, Angada, they come towards south to find Sita, and when they come all the way south, they also meet Sampati, which is another bird, brother of Jatayu. It is Sampati that tells them that Ravana took Sita to Lankapuri. So, and then finally they all come towards the seashore, and then they're kind of stuck there. So they don't really know what to do next, how to cross the ocean. So
at that time, Jamavanta tells Hanuman that he is very powerful, and that his powers were restricted when he was a child, so that he does not destroy things around him inadvertently. So once Hanuman realizes his power, he is able to grow big and jump from Mahendragiri to Sri Lanka, to Lanka.
Lankapuri, yeah.
And in Lankapuri, he searches and finds Ashokavanam, where Sita is imprisoned. He goes in a very minute form, finds Sita, presents herself to her, presents Rama's ring to her, and in return gets
Chudamani.
Sita's hairpiece, which is called Chudamani. And while he's there, he also burns some of the buildings and court and all those things in Lankapuri. and then returns to Kishkinda. So after he returns to Kishkinda, he talks to Rama. He tells him what happened, that he saw Sita, her how she is, and gives the Chudamani to him. And Rama is overjoyed and hugs Hanuman. Once that is done, that is Sundarakanda, and then from there they start journeying towards south to figure out to go to war to get Sita back. So from Kishkinda they go to Rameswaram, and in Rameswaram Sri Rama prays to Shiva. He builds a Shivalinga using sand, prays to Shiva, and then Neela is the engineer who helps build a bridge to to Lankapuri. To build the bridge, Rama gets a boon from ocean, the god of ocean, and the boon is that if someone writes Sri Rama on the stone and drops it into the ocean, it will float. So using that, they build a bridge called Ramasetu and go to Lanka, and they build a bridge with the help of various animals, monkeys, squirrels, and other animals, and go to war with Ravana. During the war, Rama, Lakshmana, and others faint several times, and Hanuman goes to different places and gets herbal herbs and other medication, and eventually Lakshmana Indrajit fires a Brahmastra on Lakshmana, for which he faints again, and the only way out of that faint is to use Sanjeevani, and Hanuman goes to Himalayas to get the Sanjeevani mountain, and then brings it back, and Lakshman comes, gets revived, but Rama and Lakshmana are not able to kill Ravana because he has a secret of his own, which is that he also got a boon that he can be immortal as long as he is not killed by somebody shooting him in the stomach, in the navel. And Vibhishana comes and tells this secret to Rama, and Rama uses a Brahmastra to shoot him in the navel, and Ravana dies. After Ravana dies, everyone goes to Ayodhya, and in Ayodhya, Vasishta crowns Rama as the king, and this is the set for Rama Pattabhishekam.
So Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Vasishta, they all attend Pattabhishekam. They all witness the Pattabhishekam. Like all gods, Apsarasas, they attend as well.
And that's the end of Ramayana.
Okay, so this is Earth, this is India, and then we launched Chandrayaan recently. This is a recent accomplishment by Indian government, and that is Moon. This is Vikram lander, that's Pragyan rover, and this is India flag. So we named the place Chandrayaan landed, Vikram landed as Shivashakti. And then the one that you see on the wall, that is Sun. And there is also another satellite that was launched, Aditya L1, which is moving towards Sun.